Can we talk about LegoCon? I thought this was a great idea when it was first announced. I've always found it silly how LEGO doesn't officially announce their products a lot of the time, and instead we end up learning about them from leaks or from random retailers. Like, LEGO is this massive international brand. Why are we learning about their latest products from jbspielwaren.de and ottosimon.nl? Shouldn't we be learning of these things from LEGO themselves? And I thought that's what LegoCon was going to be. Official reveals of upcoming products similar to like what a Nintendo Direct is for Nintendo with their games. But man, I was wrong about that, wasn't I? Throughout this entire presentation, which was 90 minutes long, or 2 hours if you count the pre-show, I counted a total of 5 reveals. The first one wasn't revealed until an hour into the stream, or a half hour into like the full show. And that was the winner of the LEGO Ideas We Love Sports contest. Then there was the Minecraft Minifig vote, which the fans are able to pick a minifigure that'll appear in an upcoming LEGO Minecraft set. Then there was confirmation that LEGO Minecraft Goats and Axolotls are going to be in future sets. Ninjago Seabound was announced for LEGO Brawls. And then finally, we got our first official look at 3 of the LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian sets. Now, I know LEGO, I didn't expect the entire presentation to be reveals, but this was hardly anything. The LEGO Ideas foosball table is cool, but it was only like touched on for 30 seconds and didn't give us much info. The Minecraft mob reveal was just an offhand comment by Lydia Winters just saying, "Oh, I'm excited to see them in LEGO sets in the future." LEGO Brawls is an aspect of LEGO that, like, I'm sure a lot of fans don't engage with because it's a mobile game that you need a subscription service for that's only on one mobile gaming platform. And then the Mandalorian sets were cool to see, but LEGO themselves leaked these 3 weeks ago. And all these are fine reveals that fit into the con. They were all things I expected and should have been there. But they should have been like the break in between the bigger presentations. That should not have been everything. And the fact that it was everything is really, really disappointing. But maybe if the rest of the con had interesting stuff going on, I could forgive the reveals a little bit more. But man, it just feels like they really misstepped here. The con started with a presentation about LEGO space sets where they discussed some existing sets like the ISS and the Discovery Space Shuttle. But the first thing that really stuck out to me as something that was just a little odd is they showed off a technology-integrated play feature from a city set that released in 2019. It was the very start of LEGOCon 2021, and they decided the best thing to do to, like, introduce you to LEGOCon is to show the functionality that your iPhone can have with a set that was released 2 years ago.
3, 2, 1!
And the rocket takes off.
Oh my god. That's incredible!
Then they brought the astronaut on, which it was cool they got him to come on for this. It's cool to hear from an astronaut. And the footage of him building LEGO without gravity was fun, though I wish it lasted a little bit longer because it felt like that sort of just came and went. But after that, it just sort of transitioned into a discussion of NASA and the Artemis program, which is cool, but what's it doing at LEGOCon, especially as the first presentation? Like, I love hearing about the space program as much as the next guy, but I came to LEGOCon for LEGO, and they spent like a weirdly long time just talking about NASA with no relation to LEGO at all. Which maybe if this was like in the middle of the con, like I wouldn't feel so strange about that, but the fact that they open up, this is LEGOCon, and the first thing they do is talk about not LEGO, it was really strange. Next was the LEGO Harry Potter presentation, which was one of the stronger ones. The speed building challenge between the designers just seemed a little out of place and was unnecessary, but the interview afterwards with the designers was interesting and I liked hearing about the design process and decisions of things like the wizard cards and the golden figures. However, this presentation felt like it was over before it even started, because they spent so much time in the building challenge that like by the time they got to the interview it felt like it was already over. They only asked like 2 questions or something and then they were done. I would have loved to hear more from those guys, but it was just over so quickly. Then there was the LEGO Masters Build Smash compilation, which just felt like an advertisement to go watch the show. Like, it just felt like an advertisement. They didn't really add anything to it, and like, if I wanted to watch advertisements, I just go watch, like, commercials on TV. And then after that, they do a showcase of the LEGO house, which was cool. I liked seeing the LEGO house, but again, it just felt like an ad. They weren't showcasing anything, like, interesting. It was just like, hey, check out LEGO house. Here's all the things we have. Come visit us. I'd like to visit LEGO House. LEGO House looks cool. But it felt more like an advertisement than a convention. Next we get to the LEGO Technic life-size Lamborghini, which was cool, but it was posted to LEGO's YouTube channel 2 weeks ago. This was something that happened all throughout LEGOCon, where like there was just videos that played that were already posted to their social media and to their YouTube a while ago. And it's just like, what's the point? Like, I don't want to watch this again. I didn't tune into LEGOCon to watch things I've already watched again. If you intended to show the Lamborghini at LEGOCon, why post it 2 weeks ago on social media? It just felt pointless, and they didn't elaborate upon it either. They just said, hey, look at this video. Okay, now we're moving on to the next thing. just felt really, really pointless. Then there was a video from the designers of the LEGO Ideas Typewriter, which was a fine video. I enjoyed the video, but it's just not that relevant now. This set is already out. This would have been way more interesting if LegoCon happened before this set came out. The Typewriter is already a very niche set. Like, the wider LEGO audience, I don't think is as interested in the Typewriter set as, like, the niche fans who are going to buy it. But you're targeting an even smaller group of people by releasing that video after the Typewriter is already out. Because a lot of the people that would buy this set already have it, so they really don't need to see, like, the functionality showcased. Next, they move on to LEGO's initiative to create bricks out of recycled plastic bottles. This is a great initiative, and I'm really happy LEGO's doing it. But once again, this was already revealed on social media 3 days ago. And LegoCon didn't really reveal anything new about it. They had like a fancy trailer, but it was essentially just to say, hey, we're going to be using plastic bottles to create bricks in the future. It's still in the early stages. This is a far-off future thing. They still need to figure out the colors. But this is all information we got from the social media post 3 days ago. Maybe this is just a disconnect between LEGO's two departments, but like, why post it? Why not wait and actually, like, this isn't happening for another, like, 3 years, I think they said, right? 2024 is when they want it done by. Why not wait another 3 days to post this to social media so it's actually a reveal for LegoCon? Because while recycled bricks is not as exciting as, like, a new LEGO Star Wars set, it's still something, but this was nothing because it was something I already saw. It just felt like a pointless rehash. Like, I didn't understand it. After that was the LEGO Minecraft presentation, which I think was probably the strongest one in the entire, like, LegoCon. There was insight from the designers like the Harry Potter presentation had. However, the presentation actually lasted a bit longer, so I felt like I actually heard some stuff from them. But even this one, a lot of it felt pointless. They spent a lot of time going over the play features for the Modern Treehouse set, and like, that set's already out, that set's already on shelves. And it's not like it's a big D2C or anything, it's just like a random, like, wide-released set. I like the set, but if I wanted to see a showcase of the play features, I'd just go look up a YouTube review. Like, why were they taking time out of LegoCon to show that off? Additionally, they just played a product animation for this set and acted like it was a big deal. It was just a 3D product animation. They do it for most of their sets, and they have been for years.
And personally, I've been really loving the Modern Treehouse, so we want to share a bit more with that with you guys.
Can you share something new?
Is this straight up a product video? And then they move into the Q&A, and the Q&A is like as generic and vague as can be. It was still cool to hear the designers' responses, but it was very clear to me that this wasn't an actual Q&A. They had these questions pre-planned because, like, they were the most vague and generic questions you could think of.
So, let's see what our audience is asking. We've got a lot of questions coming in. First one, how do you guys decide which bricks to use to make LEGO Minecraft sets look just like Minecraft in the real world? So what was the development and design process like working between Mojang Studios and LEGO? Our next question is about the design process, actually. So what are some of the challenges with the design process? One last question. Okay, it is if you had to choose, what is your favorite feature on one of the new sets?
And then they only asked like 3 questions and then they moved on to the next thing. Like, they advertised as like, oh, Q&A with designers, but if you hardly ask any at all, that's hardly a Q&A. But then they announced the Minecraft skin vote next, and that was definitely my favorite part of the presentation. It's a way to get viewers engaged with LEGOCon in a way that's actually interesting. The previous poll that I did in the stream just didn't make much sense at all.
It's time for our first live vote! We want you to tell us what you would most like to try from what you have seen so far. The options are on your webpage, just scroll down.
I don't see them.
Will it be DJing on LEGO decks, giant build smashes, life-size building, or contributing to LEGO ideas? Vote right now, and we'll be revealing the results later.
What's the point of this vote?
Now.
And then Lydia Winters confirms on stream that Caves and Cliffs Part 2 is out, which is just not true.
Now, Lydia, I hear that there's one more very exciting thing to share with our Minecraft community, isn't there?
Yes, so Caves and Cliffs Part 2, a huge update, just came out, and
no. I know she just misspoke and meant Part 1, but I still think that's pretty funny. She then goes on to tell us that goats and axolotls are going to be coming to LEGO Minecraft eventually, which is exciting, but I think most LEGO Minecraft fans could have assumed that. Like, if they showed concept art for these upcoming figures or said, hey, stay tuned for the January wave, they're coming then, that would have been something. But confirmation that just, hey, these 2 new parts of the game that we make sets from are coming at some point, yeah, I could have guessed that. It's cool to have confirmation, but, like, getting confirmation is something that was already very, very likely just isn't that exciting. We then go on to the LEGO Friends presentation, which again just felt like it could have been handled so much better. I liked hearing about the design process, but it was very similar to what was discussed in the Harry Potter and Minecraft interviews. Hearing about different design jobs at LEGO was interesting. The entire vlog format though just felt unnecessary. It would have been a fine video to post on LEGO's YouTube channel as just a random drop. But a lot of it just felt like a waste of time in the wider LEGOCon. The LEGO Friends presentation I think was one of the better ones overall, though I didn't enjoy it as much because I'm not a LEGO Friends collector, but I do think they gave some decent insight into the way that the LEGO design process works, and I don't think that one was as bad as some of the others. I just think the vlog thing was unnecessary and they could have cut that down quite a bit. And then immediately after that, we had the short Ninjago presentation, which essentially just said, hey, watch Seabound. Also, Ninjago's coming to LEGO Brawls. And I know a lot of people were really disappointed by this, but I think that's fine for Ninjago. We've had 3 waves of sets this year, a direct-to-consumer set and a gift with purchase set already. I wasn't really expecting any new sets until January. Though it was kinda cool that they said, hey, this is for Ninjago and gaming fans, but gaming just meant LEGO Brawls. Next we move on to LEGO Mario, which is perhaps the strangest one of all. Here they played the Summer Wave reveal trailer, which could have been a great presentation and reveal, except for some reason LEGO decided to reveal this on social media 4 days ago. Why? Why not just save it till LEGOCon? Rather than this being an exciting reveal, it just felt like a pointless replay of an ad I already saw on social media. It was literally just the exact same video they posted on social media a few days ago, and then nothing else after. The hosts had a little banter about LEGO Mario, and then they just moved on to the next thing.
Okay.
How about after the show we team up for an epic adventure? How's that sound?
You're going down.
Yeah? Should we shake on it? I've sanitized.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
There was no showcase of the sets, nothing. They just played the exact same reveal trailer that we've already seen. Also, I find it very funny that this video is watermarked with the word advertisement, as if everything else in LEGOCon wasn't an advertisement. But yeah, they just don't even talk about the sets, they just play the ad and move on. And then we have another poll, which this one feels very procedurally generated. It doesn't sound like this was written by a real person. Even the hosts seem confused by it.
What LEGO stories are you enjoying most?
Is it sustainable innovations, cool collaborations, behind-the-scenes reveals, or interviews with LEGO guests? What's been your favorite so far, guys?
I've been loving the interviews, for sure.
Yeah.
I love getting to know the designers and just hearing the behind-the-scenes on everything.
So much great
cool.
information. How about you, LLAMA?
And then we have what was probably the biggest disappointment of the entire presentation, the LEGO Star Wars section. They kept talking about how we're getting a new set reveal, as in just one, one new set, a new set. But it turns out it was just the 3 Mandalorian sets that LEGO themselves leaked 3 weeks ago. I'm glad we got a closer look at them, but it was disingenuous to advertise it as a reveal when everyone behind the scenes knows it wasn't. If this was pre-recorded or those sets leaked 3 days ago, I'd understand not being able to change things that quickly. But this was a live show, and those sets were leaked due to LEGO themselves 3 weeks ago. We know there's at least one unrevealed LEGO Star Wars set, the Republic gunship, and there's others that have been rumored, though aren't confirmed. So with these sets leaked 3 weeks ago, why not change your plans and reveal one of those actually unrevealed sets on stream instead? Why continue to advertise it as a new set reveal, including minutes before it's revealed, and then surprise, it's the sets we've already seen. I don't work at LEGO, but if you had 3 weeks, I don't think it would have been too hard to change to just throw in one new set we haven't seen. And I don't know, it just felt so strange to me that I knew everyone on that stage knew these sets had already been seen by everybody, but were pretending they were brand new. It just felt so out of touch. Also, I found it strange that they kept talking about, oh, a new set reveal, but then they ended up revealing 3. It almost sounds like they wanted us to think it was something new by saying a instead of 3. Yeah, it was bizarre. I don't know about it. And then I advertised a game that's been out for a while. It looks cool, but not new. And then ended on the strange LEGO Technic truck race. I'm watching 2 grown adults play with their toy trucks. And then in celebration, they all danced with a video llama. I was just left severely underwhelmed. I don't like being negative, I love LEGO a lot, clearly, but there was just nothing here. A lot of these segments had potential, but needed to be interspersed with more interesting content. The fact that the most interesting part of this 90-minute presentation was one new Minecraft minifigure is really, really sad. LEGO advertised this all over social media, every ad I got for 3 weeks was just, go watch LEGOCon, go watch LEGOCon. So I was expecting this to be a lot more. If this was just some random video they dropped on their YouTube channel or on their website, it would have been fine, I wouldn't have expected anything from it. But hyping this up as this, grand live experience just to advertise existing products and replay trailers, what a waste of time. As a whole, LEGOCon was a great idea with some terrible execution. I think it definitely could have benefited by being in April or May, so that like these summer wave of sets that they were showing off there were actually new and upcoming, and there weren't already like so many reviews of them on YouTube. Additionally, I think more actual reveals needed to happen, as well as like actual audience interaction. The only part of this where I felt like the audience actually interacted at all was the Minecraft minifigure vote. The 2 polls on stream were pointless and didn't really ask anything of significance. All the Q&A questions, whether they were real or not, felt very canned. They were very generic. They weren't asking questions that like the wider audience wanted to know. Yeah, it just feels like they really blundered here. In case it isn't clear, I have absolutely nothing against the hosts of the show or the designers that were featured. I think they're all talented people, they just weren't given enough to work with. The designers weren't given enough time or enough new products to talk about, and the hosts weren't given interesting enough topics to present. This isn't their fault, they did the best they could. I think for next year, LEGO really needs to take a step back and ask themselves what people really want to see, because I don't think this appealed to any fans, young or old. Also, LEGO, make sure you have a stable internet connection next time around. Thanks. Yeah, I think that's about gonna do it for this video, guys. Different format this time around. This was scripted. I want to do more videos like this, so let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. Of course, let me know what you thought of LEGOCon and all the chaos that went on with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, please press like, subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO videos like this every single day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.